Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my beautiful rideshare revolutionaries. It's me, Gio. Y'all know the fuck it is. All right, guys. First, I want to say my last Lyft video. I know I was a little bit more heated up and fired up in that video than I usually am. And for that, I'm not a very apologetic person, but I do feel the need to apologize. Um, I yeah, I think you know what it's better if we just have one of those stop and smell the roses kind of thing. It's such a lovely day. It's a beautiful Saturday. I'm in good health. Everything's going great. Uh, Mother. All right. I did that for the sake of video quality. So, okay, now my last video was, even though it got lots of views, that last video was, even as I watch it, it's a little unwatchable with the amount of swearing I did and everything. Um, and I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed my approach to content creation. I know I'm not calling myself a good content creator. I never did. Um, but when it comes to, in my opinion, in the digital age, what we are in right now, it's 2019. We are surrounded by digital media, social media, right? In my opinion, seeing is believing. If you don't show, you're full of it. You're all talk, and talk has always been cheap, but in the digital age, talk is meaningless. Don't tell me how you're making 10 grand a week. Show me you're making 10 grand a week, right? I think everyone, if you're gonna, now with the digital age and YouTube and all this stuff, don't tell me, show me, right? And I think the viewing audience understands when I say seeing is believing. That's why I'm showing these screenshots in hopes this gets enough for your attention, right? While I'm unaware of how we can fix this issue, what we can do as drivers, so I'm gonna make some more room. What we as prominent members of the driving community can do to fix this, I'm unaware of what we can do, but I still think we should be aware of what's happening around the country. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. And like I said, I'm going to try to limit the amount of swearing I do in this one, because I know even if the last video I did went viral, which it didn't, no news agency would be able to show that video because of the amount of swearing I did. So I'm trying to be more like, even though I'm operating without a script, I still think I still have to approach this more professionally. So we're gonna start with these screenshots right here. This is from a driver in Phoenix, on July 31st, a 25-mile ride at 64 cents a mile, paid $21. Not bad for 33 minutes. Not horrible. He's probably gonna have to eat some miles at some point. Yeah, I mean, if this is an airport ride, maybe he got a rematch. I don't know. But this is July 31st at 6:30, 25 miles, right? Less than a month later, August 22nd, more or less the same time, right? 25 miles. The other one was 25 miles. Yeah. Almost the exact same ride. Almost the exact same ride. Except he was compensated by the improvement that Lyft is paying you to go pick up passengers as soon as you accept the ping. But even with the improvement, okay, the screenshots improvement. I know the screenshots are going to be right here. So even with the improvement that Lyft threw out there for a almost identical ride, without tip, this driver took a $5 hit. I mean, this is exactly what I wanted, guys. This is what I was looking at when I said I want to see comparisons of similar rides. This is pretty much the exact same ride. The only difference is this driver was compensated to go get the passenger. And even though he was compensated to go get the passenger, he still made considerably less money. $5. That is 25% less than he made on his first ride. Same exact ride, guys. Unbelievable. This, I believe, was from Minnesota. I might be wrong on this one. Minneapolis, sorry. With this ride, with the tip, 14.26 miles paid, $19. Let's just remove $5 from that, and let's just say 14.13, because I'm a caveman, I'm horrible at math. So let's just say 14.13 on a 14.5 mile ride. $1 per mile, not horrible, even though I got the tip. Or yeah, so even with the tip, not a home run, still a decent ride, right? So that was a 14.26 mile ride. This is a 14.51 mile ride, and the driver was compensated for the pickup and still made almost $4 less for that ride. These are massive percentages, guys. It's not like, oh, I'm making 5% less per ride. I'm making 6%, 7%, 8%, 9% less. No, you're making, this ride is what, 30% less than the original fare for the same exact ride? Like, how on what planet is this an improvement, guys? I'm genuinely curious. Like, I don't know. I just aren't. And this ride actually got me very. This one really made me upset. This driver emailed me, said he lives in South Carolina, and at the moment they're unaffected by the adjusted rates. But in North Carolina, across the border, on August 15th, 20-mile ride, paid $32. Those rates they seem decent. Those are some pretty decent rates, I'm not gonna lie, right? I don't know how often these kind of drivers get these rides. I don't know if they're reliable rides. Maybe he waited a couple hours for this ride. I don't know. I don't know the circumstances. I've never driven in North Carolina, obviously. And then for almost the same, for a trip that is a mile longer, this is beautiful, and it's horrible at the same time. For a trip that was a mile longer, 21.2 miles, and the driver was compensated for driving 3.7 miles to go get the passenger, the driver still earned almost $9 less. And there was no tip applied to that first ride. Is that 33% less for the same ride, even though you're being compensated to go get the passenger after you accept the ping? Like I said, I'm doing these videos. I don't want to even monetize these videos, because unlike my what the hell do you call them? I don't know. Unlike most of the other rideshare YouTubers, I don't like to monetize the suffering of drivers, right? If someone dies during a ride, or if a passenger gets raped and murdered or something like that, I'm not going to make money or attempt to make money off the suffering of someone else, right? This is equal to drivers suffering. And it is a smack in the face. It's absolutely a smack in the face, right? And like I said, I'm putting out these videos because I want you guys to be aware of this. And this driver said in the email that he is not driving on that side of the border anymore because he lives in South Carolina. He told me that he is not taking any more Lyft rides in that market. And I'm starting to hear noise where this has legitimately chased off. Lyft has effectively chased so many drivers off their own platform because of these rates. I don't know if they wanted to do that. I don't know if they're just experimenting. They could have just been like, hey guys, let's see how much mistreatment we have to do to get these drivers off the app. Maybe they're just trying to see how low will drivers go. Are they going to drive for 30% less, 40% less, 50% less? To them, it doesn't really matter, because what really matters to the apps, to Uber and Lyft, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, drivers do not matter to these apps. You guys are not a priority. The priority of the apps is making sure there is as little wait time between a passenger ordering a ride and a passenger getting the driver. Okay? And I think Lyft really did shoot themselves in the foot with this. I hope they did, because this driver, if he was a not even a Lyft loyalist, but if he was just an active driver on the Lyft platform, but this was enough to chase him away, these rates are going to negatively impact Lyft so bad. So part of me is hoping that this is just going to be a failed experiment. Because here's the thing, this has potential. If Lyft would leave the rates alone, $1.20 per mile, guys, $1 in North Carolina, in Charlotte, sorry. I don't know if the rest of the state, that'd be ignorant for me to say it. $1.20 per mile, not bad. But then they slashed that rate to 40, less than half. More than half it's been slashed. At 60 cents per mile, that'd be half. That's what, 58% or something? 57, 58, I'm horrible at math. Yeah, it's a smart business choice by this driver to not drive there anymore. So hopefully the business-minded drivers of the world will be like, this was never a winning proposition anyway, right? For most drivers around the country, driving is a losing game. Absolutely. Now there's no chance in hell you're winning with these rates, right? Yeah, and that's, because I tried to behave myself in this video. Seeing is believing, guys. I would hope some of the news outlets out there pick this up and spread the story, because this is absolutely shameful. And I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna try to swear for the second time only in this video. Here's the thing, I'm an honest guy. You guys know that. And I like to think I have integrity. Okay. I wouldn't be this mad at Lyft, this outraged at Lyft, if not for that one email. Because in the email, which I'm going to screenshot, they said they call this an improvement. Okay? Losing money is never an improvement. Making money is an improvement. If Lyft started paying drivers to go from the second they got pinged, then that would be a legitimate improvement, and that would draw drivers onto the platform. This is chasing them away. But since they called it an improvement, they're lying to us. You guys know how I feel about liars. And this is what a closing statement, right? If you're gonna fuck me, tell me you're fucking me. That's all I'm asking for. If you're screwing me over, if you're gypping me, if you're grifting me, tell me you're doing it. Don't pretend you're doing me a favor in the process. And that's all I got for this one, guys. I want to thank y'all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay classy. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.